Alright, so we're driving here in the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. This is the GT. It's kind of the best of the best that Mitsubishi has to offer in this subcompact size. We're heading down, got Alyssa here.
Hey.
And we're driving down to Ohio to pick up a door for a project car that you are going to see before too long on the channel here, depending on when uploads go up and when the weather gets nice enough to kind of do an intro on it and everything. So we're going to drive along. We're going to see how a luxury car door fits in the back of this subcompact SUV. I already have one seat down, and I measured the door. The door measures about 44 inches tall, and the widest bit of the opening of the Outlander Sport is 46 inches tall. So it's going to be tight. We're going to see how it handles it, and we're going to see if this Mitsubishi actually has SUV potential. Just driving it around at first, kind of noticing it's a good amount of road noise.
Mm-hmm.
Can hear a lot of these bumps coming through, and can kind of feel them as well.
Mm-hmm.
You do have some kind of softer materials around up here. That's kind of got some hard.
This bit is actually padded kind of nicely.
Yeah, I agree. And kind of
Yeah.
where your elbow goes. That's kind of nice. The steering wheel has kind of a nice shiny plastic finish here, and then kind of a plastic sort of rubbery feel. It feels durable, a little bit on the cheaper side, but it'll probably last for a long time, so that's something.
How did you feel about that acceleration there?
It's adequate. This car has just a Cvt transmission, and it works fine for this sort of application. It's not a lot of power. I'll have to look up the actual figures, but so far, just driving it around, it gets along just fine. It's not a very heavy or large car, so it doesn't need all too much to get going.
Okay.
Let's see if we floor it right now. You know, it's not pinning us to the back of our seats, but it's moving.
No, right, yeah.
It's getting up. If someone were coming up behind us or so, we'd kind of be able to get going.
Okay.
I am curious what kind of fuel economy we're going to get. Let's go ahead and reset our trip meter now and see what our average is. This is going to be about I think a 300-mile round trip, roughly, mostly highway driving. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what fuel economy we get. We're going to average probably about 75 miles per hour or so through Michigan. Once we get into Ohio, slow down to maybe 65, 70 on most of those highways. So EPA is 28 miles per gallon for this model. We'll see if we can match or exceed that.
I feel like it's very simple. There's not a lot of gadgets to deal with. There's not a lot of stuff going on. For a 2020 mid car, though, I'm feeling around my passenger seat here, and there's like zero seat adjustments other than the bar underneath the seat itself.
Yeah. I think you've only got 4-way adjustment there, so you can't go up or down.
I can't go up or down. I can't go forward other than pressing the bar. I can go, the actual back of the seat, of course, has
Some
that
recline.
standard little lever.
Okay.
But that's all I've got here.
Yeah, over here I've got that plus just an up or down crank that I can get a little bit of height adjustment on, but it's not much, and it's all manual even on this top level.
Right.
I will say though, most things feel pretty solid in here, and you do have some good safety features.
Forward collision mitigation with pedestrian detection.
Okay.
Lane departure warning. Automatic lane departure warning. That's just going to yell at you when you're kind of going in and out of the lane itself.
Yep, let's see if we can demo that for you guys here now. So that's my forward. I got my forward collision monitoring. Can adjust the how early or late it'll yell at you for forward collision warning. And then you have lane departure warning here. So let's see if I kind of let it drift to the side.
Yep.
Now, the wheel's not actually helping me back in the lane at all, but it is making that beeping sound to let me know.
Does it zap the seat, or is it just the sound?
Nope, it's just the sound. What else?
Okay, automatic high beams.
Okay.
Blind spot warnings with lane change assist and rear cross traffic alert.
Okay. So that's if you're backing out of a driveway or something and the car is coming up behind you and you don't quite see it as you're backing out, it'll yell at you and let you know that a car's coming.
Does that blind spot warning, is that like on the
Yep, just that little light there. Next time we pass a car, we'll look over toward the mirror and we'll see. Yeah, or it passes us. So a good amount of safety features coming standard here, and even if you're buying in sort of the entry-level class of vehicle, you still want to get safety. And if you're getting an SUV, there's a good chance you've got kids in the back, or at least people you care about in the car with you, and you probably want them to be safe in the result of an accident. So.
Or a bunch of stuff in the back.
Yeah, as we're going to have here later on this trip.
There it is, right there.
Ah, yep. Yep, so you got your blind spot monitor there. If I were to try to change lanes, you can hear it beeped at me there real quick. Sort of be like, hey, there's a car there. It's not a very quiet vehicle. We're getting quite a lot of wind noise. That'll probably get old after a while. I do know there's some crosswind that we're dealing with, so it seems to sort of be pushing the vehicle over to the left a little bit. But other than that, seating position, overall pretty comfortable. Arms are a little outstretched. This center armrest here, I'm kind of able to rest my elbow and put my hands on the wheel, so that's good. And like we mentioned earlier, you've got padding on both of those, so that's nice. The gauges are simple. There's no digital speed readout, which I would really like to see. In today's age of modern computers and technology, it really doesn't seem like it should be that hard to throw in a digital speed readout, but if you're used to just reading analog, that's fine. You can cycle through a few different readouts here. You've got average speed, mileage for your trips, maintenance warning, fuel left, kind of like remaining fuel distance, and that's it. That's all you're seeing there from that multifunction display. So the center infotainment display, it's pretty simple, but it does work well in the functions it has. Fortunately, you do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto support, so you don't really have to interface with this simple display for much if you don't want to. Plug in your modern smartphone device and you get those nice, easy-to-use layouts built right in. You've got multimedia here, different sources. You've got AM, FM radio, Sirius XM, Bluetooth streaming, USB audio, and USB video if you're stopped and want to watch some videos on your low quality center display here. That is an option. And you've got Bluetooth phone support for making calls, viewing text messages, that sort of thing. Other than that, that's about all the center screen does. Some very basic settings, and that's about it. The sound system is a 6-speaker, very basic system. I'm going to do a sound system review on it, so definitely check out the description for a link to that video if you'd like to see what it's like, and kind of stop speeds, low speeds, and highway. We'll kind of keep an eye on the car as we're driving along and see if there's anything else to report about. Here at OEM Auto Recyclers down in Bluffton, Ohio. We had Kyle here hooking us up great, and if we take a look in the back here, the door fits. They were able to slide it right in there, no problem. We've got a tail light way back there as well. But look at this, the Outback Sport can actually do some SUV stuff. Just because it's tiny doesn't mean it's not capable. I measured the dimensions of the opening, and look at that. We're able to slide a full-size luxury sedan door right in the back. If anyone can guess what this door goes to, they win YouTube. Or this light. If that's enough of a hint for you, then there you go. But the Mitsubishi actually has a good amount of usable storage back here. Able to they got these little spots to put things down into. Got a nice carpeted floor here. And the door fits, and we are on our way back. You know, being a Cvt transmission, this car actually drives pretty decently. There's not a lot of that sort of surginess and kind of upset and discomfort that some CVTs have, and I think part of that is just this being a naturally aspirated engine. I mean, it's not going to thrill you, but because you're not dealing with a turbo and any of that surge or anything, the engine kind of just gets up and does its thing, and I'd say it's been pretty smooth.
It's been smooth, yeah.
You haven't noticed any like weird surges or anything like that?
It's been relatively comfortable here in the passenger seat.
Okay.
So
the wind noise is definitely gotten old.
Yes, yep.
It's particularly windy today, so I mean that's.
Yeah.
But
especially in beautiful Ohio.
isn't that a bit of an oxymoron? Check out this road though. There's not even a center line. You're just kind of like, well.
Good luck, everybody else.
Yep. I do kind of feel like, for as small as this car is, it kind of has a bit of like a ruggedy sort of feel to it. We're kind of sitting up a little higher. I
do like that. You're actually sitting up in the seat. Your knees are bent. You're not lounging back. You're not squished forward. It is a comfortable seat. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got a little bit of that plastic cladding on the outside, some beefy-ish tires. Kind of manages to look good, but also be functional. Mm-hmm. We're averaging just over 27 miles to the gallon halfway through our trip here. For the seat comfort, I'm still relatively comfortable. How about you?
I'm quite comfortable.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No sunroof on this car. I'm not sure if that's an option or not, but it'd be kind of sad if it weren't. Other than that, drive's going smooth, and if anything else comes up, we'll let you know. Well, we're coming to the end of our mini road trip here in the Outlander Sport, and I think overall the car was a pleasant little surprise. It was relatively comfortable. It's been about 3.5, actually closer to 4 hours of seat time. Woo. And my butt's still comfortable. How about yours?
That's pretty alright.
Yeah?
Yeah. Feeling these bumps a lot though.
Yeah, the bumps are getting transmitted through pretty clearly. It's definitely lacking a bit in wind isolation. But road noise isn't too bad. It's class adequate. My back is still pretty comfortable. Heated seats work really well. Climate control, very easy to use with these 3 knobs. They're just very straightforward. It does have automatic climate control, but it's not dual zone or anything, just single zone climate control. We got the cargo we needed. We've been averaging 26.4 at this point, so about 2 miles per gallon under EPA. Not terribly surprising given the wind that we've been dealing with and the fact that we've been going about 70 to 75 miles per hour on average throughout the whole trip. So this is a good choice of a subcompact SUV if maybe you live somewhere where you deal with a lot of snow or a lot of dirt roads.
Or you don't want something that's got a lot of bells and whistles.
Yep.
And you just need something very simple, it's durable, it's got 4-wheel drive.
Yep.
That would work for that.
Exactly. Tried and true. No turbos in the engine, so you're just going to have good longevity with that. I was pleasantly surprised with this little car. Fitting the door in the back definitely did help with that. And if you need something that's just tried, true, simple, good warranty, not too expensive, and capable, definitely worth checking one out. So if you enjoyed checking out the Mitsubishi here, please be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.